Hi everyone. I'm noticing quite a few businesses are looking for marketing help, and I wanted to share with you some automation tools that you can implement to help ease the day-to-day tasks, as well as maybe reduce hiring costs. So without further ado, here are some tools that I've used extensively. Some are relatively new to the table, but I'm looking at them and saying, hey, wow, that's really helpful in the marketing field. So I just want to share these. And this is across a number of different fields. So I'll be talking about email marketing, online advertising. I'll be talking about just daily workflow tasks in the marketing realm. I'll be talking about social media marketing. I'll be talking about chatbot marketing. So I'm bringing up tools that I'm not affiliated with. Nobody's paying me to mention these tools. I'm just suggesting them based on personal use. First one is Mailchimp for email marketing. You can use any email marketing provider, but I like Mailchimp. It has really simple automation setup. So you can set up any number of emails to go out on like a sales nurture sequence. I think a lot of businesses will find this helpful. So say a prospect comes to your website, they sign up on your form. What you'd like to do is send them a series of maybe 7 to 10 emails to kind of nurture them through and educate them and welcome them to your brand. So you can set all of this up quite easily through Mailchimp, and it's free to use to start. So again, you can use any email marketing provider. You could go up to like Pardot, which is an enterprise platform, and you can set all this up with automation. If you're just getting started though, honestly, having Mailchimp is really helpful. Next up is online advertising. I'm noticing many entrepreneurs who are trying to run online ads themselves, and they're not getting the help they need. And it can be very costly, it can be very expensive to run advertising, especially if you're new to the game and you're trying to get the right process down for your business. So my suggestion is using some sort of a app like Kit here, which is like a virtual employee, and it actually helps entrepreneurs grow their business. Now this particular one is targeted for Shopify entrepreneurs, but I really like the slick interface. I think it's neat that you can actually start automating things like Facebook ads, retargeting, and all of that, because that's something that I struggle with to really nail that down. So to know that there's this kind of a platform out there, I think is really helpful. I also should mention that if you contact Facebook, they'll set you up with an ad specialist anyways, and that doesn't cost any money. So instead of trying to do the ads yourself, you can reach out and say, hey, can I have like a Facebook ads consultant assist with this? And they'll set everything up for you, because these platforms want you to spend money. So they want you to do well with advertising. So they're happy to help out. So that's definitely a little trick to look at. Instead of looking for an ads expert, look at these social media platforms and say, hey, wow, could you just supply me with an expert? And a lot of these businesses will. Next, for day-to-day tasks, I would check out Zapier. Zapier is basically a tool that integrates all of your apps that you're using. So maybe you're on Slack, you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, and you want to have everything kind of talk to each other. So you can have it so that these apps send out little pings. Like maybe you tweet on Twitter and you want that to go over to your Facebook page. Well, Zapier will allow you to do that connection and really help with integration. So I think that's really important, because you want to connect your apps, you want to automate workflows. Instead of posting on one platform, imagine posting on 10 different platforms. So Zapier is a really good app for this. In addition to Zapier, you have IFTTT, if this, then that. It's another simple workflow tool that you can implement. Works in the same way. It's actually a little easier to use, personally. I think Zapier gives you more flexibility, but IFTTT just allows you to set things up a little bit quicker. So definitely something to check out, especially for small businesses. I think this is a fantastic tool. And I think getting help with your social media posts across apps, even your daily admin tasks like scheduling and adding things to spreadsheets. I mean, a lot of this is kind of filled with headaches. So if you can automate any of this, it makes your job as a marketer easier, as an entrepreneur. It just makes everything easier. Next, for social media marketing, I think many people know about Hootsuite. And Hootsuite allows you to basically do social media management across a variety of platforms. You can basically keep an eye on everything that you're trying to run under one dashboard. So Hootsuite is fantastic for management of all of these accounts. And then maybe you have a number of different brands, maybe you're like an advertising agency, then Hootsuite really nails it in that department. They've been around for quite a few years now, almost since basically social media has existed, it seems like. But if you're looking for a management tool, then this is the one. I mean, it's the most popular. Along the same vein of Hootsuite, we have Buffer. And I look at this as a little bit more of a simple, bare bones type of platform, but I think this is really helpful, especially if you just want to kind of get going. I think Buffer is just a little bit less intimidating than Hootsuite. So similar kind of platform. Again, similar to how the Zapier and IFTTT situation is. Has its limitations, but again, if you just want to get going on some automation tools, then for social media, this is fantastic. Now, under chatbots and messaging, we have ManyChat. And I look at Facebook Messenger as a very powerful chat and messaging kind of scenario for businesses. And a lot of businesses are not leveraging opportunities here to set up chatbots. So with Facebook Messenger, it doesn't have to be overwhelming, right? You don't even have to set up a chatbot through your website. It's more on your Facebook page. What ManyChat sets up for you is chat marketing on automation, right? So it'll send different messages within the app. So somebody's sending you Facebook messages, then this app will help with automation. It's almost like Mailchimp, but for a messenger situation. So I really like this idea because, well, if you have any kind of activity on Facebook or you're trying to grow your Facebook social media page, then definitely ManyChat could really assist with that. Because imagine trying to have a conversation with many people, right? It can become overwhelming. So if you have a few of these qualifying questions that you can kind of send out and direct people in the right scenario, then that's really helpful. This actually brings up a point. If you have an FAQ page, then you can drive people to that page and maybe help them answer questions that they have. So there's plenty of different chatbots out there. Again, ManyChat is great for Facebook Messenger. Maybe you want a custom one. I mean, you have Intercom for chat, and you can set up automation through there as well. So there's quite a few different apps out there that you can implement. Now, the last category, customer feedback. I'm going to recommend Delighted here. Delighted allows you to track NPS scores, allows you to track customer satisfaction, a whole host of things. So I really love this app because Net Promoter Score, which is basically a scale of how likely people are to recommend you. So they have friends. How likely are they going to recommend you to their friends? I think this is a very powerful metric to be tracking. So Delighted allows you to do that on automation. So you could have customers receiving emails on a regular basis. They get a reminder to fill out a very simple survey, and then that helps with customer satisfaction. So survey feedback can be very time consuming, having to create the survey. A lot of people doing it through Google Forms, and it just kind of looks tacky and not branded. Well, Delighted allows you to do this. Now, there are other platforms like Ask Nicely that I've used. There's a customer thermometer program, and all of these kind of track NPS scores. There's quite a few brands out there that allow you to do this. So feedback is very powerful because it helps you with your marketing efforts, helps you with your product development efforts. So these are all things to look at. I also want to mention under the reviews category, Podium. Podium allows you to capture Google reviews, essentially on autopilot, so that you can get 5-star reviews on your Google review system in a very easy, quick way. And this is going to be tremendously useful for restaurants. Well, basically any service type business that would have a Google My Business page. Someone that depends on ratings and reviews on Google. So this app will allow you to capture those 5-star reviews very quickly. And this is more of an enterprise level type app. So would I recommend this for the mom and pops? Probably not. I think a simpler solution for reviews is to set up something in Mailchimp where you could just kind of send an email on a periodic basis to request Google reviews, or just sending out like a custom simple email, right? It doesn't have to be too complex. You could do it through your Gmail account or whichever email provider and send out a message, hey, could you leave a Google review, and then link them to that page. So again, multiple spectrums here. The advantage with Podium is it filters out bad reviews. So it ensures that you post good reviews on the website. And I think that's really helpful because having a bad review on Google really can impact foot traffic. So that's it for the automation tools. I want to make this quick and simple. There's plenty of tools out there to help you automate your workflow, but if you're looking for a full-fledged marketer, you might not need one after implementing some of these tools. It just kind of depends on your workflow. But hope these help. Hope these kind of cut some costs down for you. I know it can be challenging to grow as a business, so any savings on expenses here and there is tremendous. Best of luck. Take care. Bye.